Hello, my stock charts traders and investors. Thanks so much for checking out this quick video to tell you all about GoNoGo Charts in the scanning and screening tools right here on stock charts. I'm super excited about the implementation. Grace and Rose and team have done a tremendous job. And what's so valuable about screening is that instead of pouring through 3,000 securities to find those go-no-go conditions that you're looking for your portfolio, we can scan and screen the market with relative ease and speed. So let's dive right in. All right, so when I'm logged in to stockcharts.com, I'm going to see right over here under the member tools, a chance to look at the advanced scan workbench. So let's jump into that technical scan workbench. And of course, it's going to bring us this WYSIWYG editor, which will show us how we're going to build our query of the stock charts database. So first things first, let's start with a fresh scan. And what we're going to do is go down here to our options. When we look at the technical indicators available to us, we can see in this dropdown, we've got lots of options, traditional technical indicators that we could use in our search. So of course, combine and use as many as you'd like. But what I'm going to focus on today are these go-no-go scanning criteria. So we could look for securities that are currently painting an amber bar of neutral. They're undecided. Or perhaps we're looking for securities that are in trend or in a pullback of a trend, a weaker go condition. Or maybe you're trading to the short side. Maybe you want to find those that have no-go criteria, weak or strong form. What I'm going to do right now is look for those securities that are in go trends and are signaling the trend continuation icon. So on the prior bar, I want to see securities that have found support at the zero line. The GoNoGo oscillator has found support at zero and is rallying back into positive momentum where the underlying trend of the security is in a go condition. So I'm going to select this go-no-go trend continuation, and I'm going to add it to my query. Then we have to decide what universe of securities we want to look for. So under indexes and ETFs, where my cursor is here, I'm going to just select the S&P 500 as my universe of equities that I want to look for. Perhaps you want to screen through ETFs. You want to look at a wider or a smaller universe of securities. But let's just go ahead and add the S&P 500. So as simple as that, two criteria. I want to look for those go trend continuation icons. So in a go trend with rising momentum. And I want to look within the S&P 500. So I'm going to go ahead and run that scan. And very quickly, what stock charts is going to do in the background is look through all S&P 500 charts. It's going to look at the closing price on the day. In this case, we are looking at the day June 28th, 2024. We could look back and see if those criteria were something we were looking for earlier in the week. But right now, we're just looking at the closing prices from Friday, June 28th. And so here are the securities that struck a trend continuation condition here on Friday, June 28th. And I'm just going to sort these very quickly by volume. So if there's strong volume behind the move of the trend continuation, that might give us a better conviction around that trend condition. So I can see Uber Technologies, JP Morgan Chase, and many others, right? We have some from the energy, financial, from the technology space, from real estate, healthcare. Surprising to see so many REITs on the list here today. But if I want to look at Uber, I can see a basic sharp chart that's showing us what that looks like. But I could also just come in here and open up an ACP chart. So if I want to take a look at Uber in its go conditions, now remember we're looking for that scenario where volume is quite heavy. We have a trend continuation icon. So that's where the go-no-go oscillator came back down to test the zero line and found support. In this case, for Uber, we've actually seen two trend continuation icons this week. So we've come through a bottoming process. We rolled through the colors of the trend conditions from a weaker form no-go trend into an amber bar. So we went from purple to pink into amber neutral, and then struck a fresh go trend on weaker form aqua bars. It is now strengthened to a blue trend condition, a strong form go trend, and we have that rising momentum giving us the trend continuation icon. Now, because there's nothing else cluttering up the chart, I could do some really simple classical technical analysis. Maybe I'd want to look at this on a weekly basis. Maybe I want to look at areas of support and resistance. And so we can see that there's still some room to run before we reach back to these prior highs from earlier in 2024. We could look at this on an intraday basis as well. Here on Friday, we closed near the top of the range. Right now I'm looking at a 39-minute bar for Uber. So this is that congestion area. You can see the squeeze building on this intraday chart, telling us that there's that tug of war between buyers and sellers. And of course, it resolved to the upside, becoming right near that prior high from the 12th, about a week and a half ago. That is a quick look at the scan workbench. And if we wanted to do one more, just for kicks here, let's start a new search. That's fine. And let's go back to our technical indicators. Let's find some short ideas. So if we go to a GoNoGo, no-go counter trend correction, or no-go trend continuation. Let's look for those shorts that are picking up momentum to the downside. We're going to add that criteria, and we're going to go into the search universe. Let's just do the S&P 500 once more and add that to our list. So those are the only two criteria here in our search. We're going to run that scan. And of course, Alex and I are doing this all the time as we're looking through the conditions of the market as they change. Scanning and screening is a powerful way to accelerate your research process, to find trade ideas, or to find securities that are maybe in your portfolio that you want to take a closer look at as those trend conditions change or evolve over time. So now here's our list of no-go trends with that same trend continuation icon. Let's sort these again by volume. We can see that Nike, consumer discretionary footwear, is headed to the downside on heavy volume and picking up momentum. But we do see a diversity of securities that are making this scan for today, June 28th. Discretionary staples, utilities, communications, more staples, financials, healthcare, and some industrials. But again, take a look at that sharp chart for Nike. I know we've all been watching the news. This isn't a surprise chart, but let's just open up an ACP chart of Nike. We're looking at this on a daily basis. And yeah, that has the glide path of a brick, I would say. Maybe that's not the technical jargon. But let's take a look at the GoNoGo chart, right? We were in trend conditions, looked like things had bottomed, and we had positive momentum. We came in and built this max squeeze with a small return to positive momentum before re-entering neutral. And then the leading indicator yesterday was the break below zero on heavy volume to the downside, massive gap lower, trend continuation icon on this strong purple bar. So again, let's with a nice clean chart, we could do some classical technical analysis. There's the weekly bar, and we're actually below what could have been an area of prior support. Next area of support's going back all the way to the lows of 2020. Not a great look for Nike. Hopefully these scanning and screening tools are really helpful to you in your research process as you're trying to dig through thousands of charts. That can be quite time consuming, but the implementation by Grayson and the team at Stock Charts has just been incredible. It's certainly speeding up our workflow and helping us bring you some great ideas. So look forward to seeing you on our weekly show. And if you're interested in applying GoNoGo Charts to your Stock Charts account, you can just click the link below and check out that plugin that's available on Stock Charts ACP. Thanks so much.